am Sarah Phillips from Phillips Law, located here in the beautiful city of New Orleans, Louisiana. And we primarily practice criminal defense and personal injury, where your fight is our fight. So today I wanted to talk about, we just got a new DWI last week. And so I was kind of talking with them about, and unfortunately they were kind of like 4 months into the process, and I was giving them some information and tips on what to do. And they said, oh my gosh, I wish that I knew this as soon as I got my DWI. And so that's why I wanted to create this video today, was 5 steps you can take after you get your first DWI. So the first step is going to be make sure to document everything. Look, I know that, look, you just got arrested. Like, this is probably very fresh and new to you, and you're flustered, you're upset. I know I would be. You might be feeling kind of embarrassed, like, what the heck do I do right now? But what I would say is, as soon as you, number one is don't say anything, like don't talk to the cops or do anything like that in general. But also whenever you get back from being arrested and you're at your house, really sit down and write about what actually happened during that whole situation, right? So that's like the day of, what happened before, where were you drinking at, who were you drinking with, when were you pulled over, why did the police say that they pulled you over, what happened during that traffic stop, did they breathalyze you, did the police officer read you your rights, did they tell you what the breathalyzer results were at the time, did they ask you any questions, kind of try to get you off your game, did they do any, what do you call it, oh my gosh, like the eye test, like any of these things, like walking in a line, kind of like those physical tests. We want to do is we want to talk about that. So make sure to document any of that, write it all down. Don't give it to the DA, don't give it to the police officer. What you're going to do is you're going to take that information and eventually give it to your attorney for down the line. But just go ahead and document all of that now while it's fresh in your mind. So number 2 is going to be, step number 2 is going to be make sure to request that administrative hearing. Now that administrative hearing is going to be through the DMV. Make sure that you go ahead and request that. Even if you're kind of hopeless about it and you don't think that you need it or you want it, like go, and it's got like that 30-day kind of like you need to do that. Make sure that you do in fact do that. Also with that, make sure that the attorney that you hire includes that in their price point, or that it's made clear that it will be cost separate. I know that some people say, oh my gosh, I hired the attorney, I thought everything was fine, they were going to do the administrative hearing, and then they said, no, I didn't because that was extra. I don't know, that's kind of shady to me. We include the administrative hearing in it because we think that it's really important to, it's important, right? Like it needs to, we're trying to get your life back on track now. And so we need to do the hearing to protect your license so that you can continue to be a productive person in society and, get these things going to get you back on track, okay? All right, number 3 is going to be really hire an attorney as soon as possible. And that's what this particular client said last week. She said, oh my gosh, I wish that I just hired somebody sooner. I tried to do it on my own and I basically wasted a lot of time. And we kind of see that, right? Basically what we do as an attorney is we look at every single piece of evidence and we're here to support you. So, and also you know that you're getting the right defense and that you're protecting yourself and your future down the line, right? So what we do is we're going to look at those police reports. We're going to look at that statement that you gave us, right? That's step number 1, that you're going to tell us exactly what happened. So we're going to take all that information and compare it to the police report, what actually happened, what actually went down. Do we need to pull out any of those witness statements and kind of figure out, all right, what is making sense here, what's not making sense here. We're also going to attack any breathalyzer test, any of those physical tests that they might have had you do while on scene, while the police officer pulled you over. So we want to kind of attack that and make sure that there's nothing that's askew that is not going to go in that would potentially harm your case, right? So you want to hire an attorney as soon as possible. And you know why? So that we can go to court for you as well. Some judges, they are fine with us showing up in your place So that way you can go to your job, you can go on with your life, and we in turn can deal with it for you. Number 4 is going to be comply with, and sorry, I'm looking down here at my little notepad. Number 4 is going to be to comply with any court orders and bond obligations. So, and why is this important? This is important not only for yourself, right? You want to comply with all the bond obligations so you don't find yourself back in jail. You want to keep your bondsman happy. You also want to comply with any of the court orders so that the judge doesn't throw you back in jail. But really, why is this important? Not just for yourself, but for your defense later on. If the judge or the district attorney sees that you're not following bond obligations or that you're not complying with court orders, they're really going to take a look at you and say, what the heck is going on with this person? They're driving drunk, and now that they've been arrested, but now they're not even behaving while the case is going on. What's going on here? So that's only going to make it more difficult for you and your attorney. So look, bond obligations and court orders might be frustrating, and they might put a kink in your chain as far as daily stuff, but really comply with them, take them seriously, because it's only going to hurt you, your attorney, and your defense later on. So make sure to follow through with all of those. And then finally is just stay off social media. I just basically tell all of my clients to do this. So this would be step 5, is stay off social media. I just feel as though it has the potential for DAs and police officers to maybe take anything off of social media and use it against you, right? So if you got a DWI, maybe don't post about you going out the night before and drinking and posting all those photographs, right? We don't want to give the DA or the police any more ammunition than they already have. We also don't want to go on social media and bad talk the police or the district. All right, sorry about that. My video cut out. So let me take it back here. So we don't want you going on social media and bad mouthing the district attorney, the judge, none of that. It's just not going to help your case, right? So like I said before, don't post anything about the night before whenever you got your DWI. And sure as heck, don't post anything about how the police are horrible and da-da-da-da-da and the district attorney. It's just not going to look good for you, because believe it or not, they do kind of look at some of that stuff sometimes, especially if they have it out for you. And ignore the bells. We are right next to the office is right next to St. Patrick's Church down in the CBD. As you know, and so those bells are going all day long. So anyway, we love it. It's just loud. So that's what I'm going to say. So all these 5 steps is document every single detail. Make sure to request that DMV hearing, that administrative hearing, to protect yourself as much as possible. Hire an attorney as soon as possible so that you can protect yourself and get started on that. 4th is comply with those court orders and any of those bond conditions to help you have the most success possible. And then finally, just stay off social media. It's not good for anybody. It's not good for anybody. You can post cute pictures of your cats and your dogs and your kids, but let's not talk about your DWI. Anyway, so I am Sarah Phillips here at Phillips Law. If you have a DWI and you would like some extra help, we work all throughout Southeast Louisiana, mainly Orleans Parish and Jefferson Parish. But give us a call at 504-434-7000. Also, if you want more information, I have a blog that I will link down below. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll link it down below in the description. But it's basically DWI penalties, like the first DWI, and penalties and consequences, that kind of thing. And maybe I'll do another video on that at a later time. Or what you can do is, if you're on our website, you can go over to, it should maybe be embedded in this practice page, but also you can go over to our blog and you can look up DWI first offense penalties and consequences. So we just like to give you as much information as possible. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. And again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call at 504-434-7000 and we'll get you a free consultation with one of our attorneys. Thanks so much.